Welcome to Beyond the Mind, where I didn't come to teach you, I'm just here to remind you. My name is Talib. I'm a hypnotherapist and also very much so in the field of hypnotic modalities. So I practice a lot of the mind and understanding the psychology and the subconscious mind and how it functions so we can make lasting, long changes, right? And today I have my partner and very close friend who is also a fellow hypnotherapist and Reiki master, Sheffrin. Say hello to the people, my friend.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Seferin Rasika, and I am a Reiki practitioner as well as a hypnotherapist, and I'm here to help you. So, how can we help?
Right. So, my man, listen. So today, what we're gonna do is first is there's something very interesting that occurred last on the last check-in show. We were talking about some very interesting topics that got into sexuality and also into relationships. So, Chef, you being someone who's also studied EMP and sexuality, maybe you want to get into a little bit of how this dynamic of relationships go a lot of times, but where people may be missing and generalizing.
Um, a basic understanding. Emotional characteristic people may how we call it is emotional sexual people. But that's your characteristic and your behavior. And typically, an emotional characteristic person will be a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more thoughtful, and trying to understand. If you give them a direct question or suggestion, they may not understand it. They may have to ask you, "Well, why are you telling me this?" And do I need to do this? Or they may think to themselves, why are they asking me to do this when I can do this, and this? Because this is just how their brain works. And a physical sexual person is more direct, more literal. And if you tell them, go take out the trash, they know exactly what you're saying. If you tell an emotional person to take out the trash, they'll ask you, which trash would you like me to take out? And would you like me to take out that trash before the other trash? Because they just don't understand. So, in the human dynamic, and especially in relationships, when we get into a relationship with one another and we think we just don't get it, that person just doesn't get us, it's really just the way their mind is made up and how they interpret and understand things. On the other hand, an emotional sexual person has an idea that they may feel like they need to be a little bit more in charge for them to feel safe, for them to let go. So, and in terms of a physical person, it's a little different. You tell them what they need to hear, and they will go do it, and there won't be any misunderstanding, at least for them. So, but this is what the biggest misconceptions in relationships are, is because we just don't understand who we're dealing with. And if we took down a little bit, maybe 10 to 15% of who we are, and it would allow us to understand the other person a little bit better. But it takes a while to get to that point.
Yeah, and when you look at that dynamic, you get the understanding, or I would like to share that understanding with the people that. So let's say you're a physical, you're someone, and a physical in a relationship is a person, and and I don't have the comments, but I want you to. I'm going to look at these comments. I really would love for you to respond. How many people out there have been with someone, or are you the type of person that in a relationship you need to be hugged, you need to be touched and felt, and that's how you know the love is there. If you're that kind of person, right? That's a physical type of love because
Mhm.
it's an outward thing that's being expressed. But when it comes to an emotional person, right? We're not talking about they're just all emotional. It just means that they're not processing the world from the physical experience. They're processing it from their internal
Mhm.
thinking.
Mhm.
You see, and if you've ever been with someone like that, this is a person that may seem very withdrawn at times. They may seem sort of cold. The things that matter to you don't seem to matter to them when it
Mhm.
comes to the touching and holding and feeling and being intimate.
Mhm.
They don't have that same desire because for them, love is not shown that way. Love to them and for emo is through being able to pay the bills, make sure there's food in the house, that your car insurance is paid and the lights are on. When they do, and so when you begin to understand it, with somebody like that, understand for them, just from their perception, that is love. They're showing you their ultimate form of love. So
Mhm.
that's very important to understand. Another thing that I wanted to talk about today too was I wanted to get a little into what hypnosis is. One of the things I realized is a lot of people don't know what hypnosis is. So let me just see. I don't know what we got in the chat yet. I'll leave that up to Peach to let me know if anybody's in there. But I want to talk a little bit about what hypnosis is, because people have this conception of hypnosis being this thing that one, I've heard this a lot. You can't put me in hypnosis, or hypnosis. Oh, I don't think that's real. So a lot of people, and then the number one thing is Get Out. You know, everybody thinks sunken place. Like there's this real big misconception of hypnosis. But I'm going to tell you one bit about hypnosis. I'll let Chef tell you another bit about it. We'll just sort of share it from our perspectives. But hopefully, well, it won't be a hope. By the end of it, you'll have a better understanding of what hypnosis is. Okay. So, hypnosis is just a very natural state. It's a state, a trance state that you go in and out of all the time, every single day.
Mhm.
Okay. And one of the examples you may have experienced is road hypnosis. That is where you're driving in the car and you're enjoying yourself and you get so lost in your music or your thoughts or conversations that you either miss your exit or you get to your destination and you can't quite figure out how you got there so quickly, right? This is called road hypnosis. When you watch a movie and you get sucked in and you're watching a horror film or a love film and you get sucked in emotionally, being you're scared to death, like, oh, I don't want to see nobody get killed, or you're sitting there crying, feeling the love and compassion on the scene, you're in hypnosis. It's a very natural state that we go in and out of all the time. So the question isn't can you be hypnotized? It's really can you be dehypnotized at this point? Because you're always in hypnosis, right? And it's one of the beautiful things I'll let your chef speak a little bit more on that and how some of the things that people say and experience when it comes to hypnosis.
Um, you touched on some levels of hypnosis, which I'm going to probably touch on a few more. Typically, when you're just driving or walking and you just space out, that is a form of hypnosis. Hypnosis is a form of trance, but when you go in and out of hypnosis all day long, anytime you meditate, you could even sometimes you may pray. Anytime you have a a a mind, anytime your mind may drift off or just not be present, that is hypnosis. So we're in and out of that place all day, and we're not even conscious of it. Prior to the first time I got hypnotized, I had no idea I would go in and out of hypnosis until I was told, "You do this naturally. You do this every day." But literally, when you meditate, that is a form of hypnosis. That is a form of trance, and hypnosis is a part of trance. So it is something that we naturally do, and when you understand that, you have a greater understanding of the things that you can access with your mind.
Hmm. Hmm. And another thing, some people, when they experience hypnosis, will say things like, I felt very deeply relaxed, right? Or my mind was drifting, but my body, I came back to it. It was an amazing experience. Some people feel warmth, right? Some people feel deep emotions, a tingling sensation. And some people, then they go in it, they don't even know because they're so aware. When you hear terms like sleep or deep sleep, it doesn't actually mean sleep or go to bed. What is an actual reference to is how the mind will go into a relaxation, and your mind correlates sleep with deep relaxation. So when you use terms like sleep, you enter into this very relaxed state very naturally, very easily. So hopefully that clears up some of the misconceptions you might have about hypnosis. Oh, and here's another thing. You can never hypnotize somebody to do something they don't want to do. Sorry.
That is true. That is true.
That's movie madness. It's mumbo jumbo. That's a MacGuffin. It doesn't exist. You can't do that. Okay? You can't hypnotize somebody to say give you $1 million or hypnotize someone to sleep with you, right? Especially if they're not into you and they do not like you. Matter of fact, hypnosis is a cooperative drill. It's something that
Absolutely.
I, the hypnotherapist, and you would be doing together. It's a do with, not a do to process. So when you're thinking about it, just think about it like this, right? When you sit there and you meditate, you're in self-hypnosis.
Mhm.
Now, the thing with self-hypnosis is you have to stay organized, or you can't really plant a suggestion in there that's going to create a change. You need organization, right? Now, when you come to someone like myself, a chef in here, you're able to just relax your mind. And I'm able to work with the subconscious mind, and you're able to work with your conscious mind. And that way, using your language, the way your mind learns and takes in information, we're able to communicate to the subconscious the important things that you want to happen, and it says yes. So that's very key, very important to understanding that no one can just hypnotize you into doing something. That's not going to happen. Okay. If you're in hypnosis, you're not asleep. You're very awake. Matter of fact, you may even ask, am I in hypnosis or not? And if you find yourself asking that, that's because you are in hypnosis.
Yeah.
Okay. No one's going to be able to take money from you or do anything. And most importantly, at any point you are uncomfortable, the beautiful thing about hypnosis is you can just open your eyes. You're not forced to stay in that state. Go ahead, please, brother.
Look, well, truly, hypnosis is to get to the root of whatever the issue may be. You can go to a therapist for 10 years and talk to them about all the problems that you have in the world. But then are you necessarily getting to the root of the problem? And one thing with hypnosis is when we work with your conscious and your subconscious, we're able to bypass your critical mind, which is your naysayer. And that makes it a lot easier for your brain to operate at 100%, which means anytime you think something, you actually put it into motion without anything negative stopping you. And that's what we actually help you do when we go through hypnosis, or when we walk you through hypnosis, excuse me. Look like he cut out a bit. So most of the time,
no, I'm not here. I'm just fixing up some lights over here because I know him, and so I just wanted to make it look a little bit better and brighter.
Okay.
So I was letting you take the reins because you was really breaking that down well.
All right. Well, most of the time when I put my clients through hypnosis, I like to take them through a journey, something, and give them anchors where they can have something to fall back on, to make them feel comfortable. Anytime they may have a problem that they arise, I'll set an anchor, which typically might be this, them touching their fingertips or putting their hand over their heart, as a reference point, to feel better. And what we do, we go on that journey to find the anchors, to find identifiers, and we use those, and we allow those to relax the body in a progressive relaxation. At least when I apply the anchors, I also do progressive relaxation to relax the body. At the same time, we're associating with something positive, and to give them a better outlook on what they're trying to accomplish.
So just so y'all understand, it might sound like a little bit of, whoa, that's a lot there. But basically what it really is saying is that through hypnotherapy, you're able to work with your subconscious mind to affect change in a more efficient and lasting way. It is a very powerful way to work with the mind, because that's everything that's going on is the mind. And another thing is, it's so much in the mind that's going on. You don't realize a lot of people's conditions today come from what we call body syndromes, right? Because see, what the body can't handle, it puts off in the brain. What the brain can't handle, what the brain cannot handle,
it puts off
in the mind. And what the mind can't handle, it puts off in the body. That was from Dr. John Kappas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what that means is our body is being communicated with by us. And quite often we're sending mixed signals to the body, right? We hold on to things, we keep things in. And where does it get stored? It gets stored in the body. And when we don't address the initial causes of things, they linger and fester. And that's where a lot of what we call body syndromes are rooted in. And so each part of your body represents something. Okay. This is, and our body works in a split, as well as a front and a back. Front of our body is like our face, right? This is the part we show the world. Our back is the stuff we don't show. So all the things we hold on to, the shadow, all these other things, that stuff gets stored behind us. That's why a lot of people have issues when it comes to the liver, kidneys, spleen. These areas, these organs are located in the rear.
And the liver represents anger, and the kidney
So
represents fear. A lot of times when people have these underlying issues, we don't know where they started from, but they started from somewhere deep in the subconscious, and it just carries throughout a body part. And a lot of times, with a lot of folks who have kidney issues, that is fear. Just so you understand, fear of whatever it may be. And then your liver is anger, and your lower back is a rotating sense of insecurity or maybe financial things. But it all goes back to the mind. So it's kind of easy for us to identify it because once you tell us you have this issue, and as a hypnotherapist, we're not looking for the issue. That's one thing we know there's something beyond that. So our goal is to help you find the root of the issue by with along walking with you, because that's literally our goal is to help you fix yourself, not to cure you, but to help you find a solution to your issue. But being able to identify it through your body sometimes helps us help walk you through your cycle of figuring out what you need to do.
so
Did you understand that, or is that a little confusing?
no, I could, well, I completely understand what you're saying about and it's very interesting that, I'm pretty sure that if anybody's listening, and, I think your mic
Mm.
is popped too open. I don't know if that's coming from you
No,
or
it's not mine. I heard it, but it's not
getting
mine.
a lot of pop.
I can hear it, but it's not mine.
Yeah, it's just happening too. It's not
Yeah.
even when I'm talking to. So
And then when you have shoulder problems too, I'll just throw this: when you have shoulder problems, you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. So, and it all just manifests in your body. So, I mean, we can go on and on each body part, but they're all equal to something.
yes, uh, the knees have you have issues with your knees. This has a lot to do with your ability to give and
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Cold hands, sweaty hands has to do with things that you was trying to hold on to, slipping away in the
Mm-hmm.
past, and now you're afraid of letting it go again or losing it again. So when you get in situations and it could be about a job. It could be, remember, that's something you're
Mm-hmm.
holding on to symbolically. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to deal with that stuff or it's at jeopardy, you'll notice your hands will start sweating. Your,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and things of this nature. And
So,
so what I'd like to do too is, I don't want to just talk too much information on people. We do want to give you an opportunity to experience some of these things. We
mm-hmm.
will do so a couple of techniques, a couple of things, and I know that they'll be useful and transformative. If you guys are in the uh, right position, you could participate. And that would be, we would require you not to be operating any heavy machinery, meaning driving or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that, to be somewhere where you could
Where you
be comfortable
sitting
and not
with your feet
disturbed
flat on the ground.
with your feet on the floor. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you are not, that's okay. You can always come back to the video later when you are in that opportunity and you can do it again. But
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to really get a start and taste of what that is like early. I don't want to, we did. the speaking. I think you guys understand some of what it's about. So I'd love for you to experience it.
Let me just say one thing.
Go ahead.
Before I go, one of the reasons why I decided to get into this business is because I realized that most of us have horrible nervous systems. Our nervous systems are wrecked. They're in complete shock. Um, as far as like getting up in the morning, when you get up in the morning, you're like, oh, I gotta have coffee, or you gotta smoke a cigarette, or you have to smoke a joint, or you gotta do something, right? That's your nervous system. And then when you walk outside, you walk out through your front door and you look left and right, right? You get in your car and then you look in your rearview mirror. You're looking as you're driving, and then you get out of your car and you're looking each way. Our nervous systems need to be able to relax. And one of the reasons why I'm so happy and so fortunate that I've got into this business as well as met Talib is because we both understand the task of like giving you guys these tools to help you help yourself. Because literally, I think the idea of that, one of the reasons why he asked me on is because we both have the same ideas of wanting to help people by giving them the tools to be able to help themselves the way we have helped ourselves. So that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Uh, the reason I'm doing this is because it's a way to actually change. I've used it for my own well being, I've used it for friends and family. It's had amazing effects. And it's something you can actually see and get results from if you are willing to be open and uh, participate. So, Pete, you there? I don't. I gotta check in with my Peach real quick. You there, Peach? She on break.
Hmm,
She might be on lunch break.
maybe. I hear it.
You can hear her?
Okay, I don't think that's you, but I hear something
No, that's
right there.
nobody.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. Nah, man, you hearing ghosts, phantom ghosts.
It is what it is. You know how things happen. So, um, yeah, man, what I also found is that the new generation, the next generation coming up, I guess that is the Generation Z, all the way up to I guess Generation X. Um, more people are more interested into hypnosis currently than I would say in those generations versus the baby boomers and so forth because of the stigma that was on it, and now that it's a modality that's being used to help heal people and it's widely accepted now because they see the results. I think it's pretty awesome that we are starting to talk about it on a universal level. So thank you for
Yeah,
inviting me.
you're very welcome, my friend. You know, this is something I think is gonna be the it's gonna be the future. It's gonna be something that is gonna grow into a common practice for more people. I truly know that that is the case because as we move into the future, as we're here now with AI and other things of that nature, and our technology has come this far, we've also grown spiritually and we've grown
Mhm.
mentally and intellectually. And we've learned that there's a bridge for all these things that must be created so the proper melding of the human experience can be one from within,
Mhm.
right? And I believe that this is the way to do that, right?
I think
Because
it's a beautiful way to help being guided to help yourself heal. Because you're literally led to the answers yourself. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Talib, but
oh
you're
no, no, no.
literally you're literally led to the answers with a guide, which is either you or myself or whoever your hypnotherapist is, and then you see the answers yourself. So it's not like anyone's digging to help you or to tell you what's wrong with you because that's not what we do. We don't find solutions. We don't tell you answers. We help guide you and lead you into the right place, and you'll find the answers on your own.
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, also, um, I was thinking maybe we could do a little like a progressive or something, give the people a little taste of a progressive or Yeah, that'd be
Would you like
nice.
to do that? Would you like to do that, or we want me to do that?
You know, I'll do. I could do a progressive for him, and then I'm thinking, yeah. I don't. Uh, I'm trying to see what's going on with the chat, and if we got anybody in the chat yet. It's probably a yes, but I'm not able to see that as a yes. So I was trying to check in with Peach because if we got anybody in the chat that has anything to say or like to say, then we'll deal with that. Also, we're going to open up the lines after a progressive. If you guys are there and you're just feeling what we're saying, you're moving along with it, it's becoming clear to you. You can research anything we're saying. You can clearly find that what we're talking is the truth. We're not making things up and trying to sell you something. But what we are attempting to do here is provide you with the right information and the right experience that is going to lead you where you're trying to go, right? And give you the tools you need to get where you're going. So what I was thinking was we'll do like an exercise since nobody wants to come up right now. We can do something. And what I could use if Peach, if you could get people to give me a thumbs up in the chat if they're in a place where they can actually participate, right? And that's a place where you are not driving, where you're not operating heavy machinery, and then you have a few minutes to sit in a room by yourself, or maybe wherever you are, just as long as you're able to not be doing anything that would jeopardize yourself or anyone.
And then when you were done, you have at least 5 to 10 minutes to shake it out and get back to your normal state.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do this progressive like this. This is going to be a beautiful experience for you because I'm going to get you to actively participate. And Peach, if you're sitting there, I can't see you. Won't you come on in and participate? But if you don't want to, just you can keep your camera. You can keep your camera on, Peach. But what I want you to do,
Oh,
guys,
there
if
she
you're
goes. She's
watching
laughing.
this,
She's laughing.
if you're watching this, what you're going to do is I'm going to just first of all, you can do this because it's your choice to do this. I am just your guide. Okay? So please make sure your feet are flat on the floor. And all I want you to do is take your hands and make your hands like this here, right? And bring these two fingers up like this here. Okay? And you're going to bring that hand up a little bit above you, like that, where you can look up and let me see you spread those fingers like that. Spread those fingers with those hands touching together. There we go. You see that? Just like this. So you're just going to take a deep breath and stare in between those fingers. And take a deep breath and just stare in between those fingers. And allow yourself to just notice that there's a magnetic pull between those fingers as those fingers begin to come together and those eyes begin to blink and become heavier and heavier. And when your fingers touch together, your eyes are going to close and you're going to begin the hypnotic journey. And those fingers come together, together, and deep sleep. Going deeper, drifting, floating. As you go deeper, you notice and allow your breathing to go deeper. And bring your awareness to the top of your head and relax your scalp, the muscles, tissues, and fibers, all relaxing deeply. You may feel a tingling sensation, a warm vibration as that Tingling and relaxation and calm moves down the head, over the forehead, deeply relaxing the forehead, every muscle fiber turning loose. And that relaxation now washing down into the eyes, into the eyelids, and into the eye sockets, every muscle, fiber, and cell turning loose, letting loose, deeper and deeper as your eyes become heavier and heavier. So heavy, so until if you were to try to open them, you wouldn't be able to. And you can try to open them, but they will not open. And try to open and find that you cannot open them. And deep sleep, relax those eyes as that deep relaxation now washes down into the cheeks, into the jaws, into the tongue. Every muscle fiber, cell turning loose, letting loose as you deeply relax your mouth. And it helps to put a gentle smile on the face to relax those muscles. As that relaxation now moves down into your neck, every muscle, fiber, cell turning loose, deep into the throat chakra, relaxing, relaxing, relaxation deeply. As that deep relaxation now moves down into the shoulders, every muscle and fiber and cell turns loose and let loose. As that relaxation moves into the biceps, down the arms into the elbows, and into the forearms. Every muscle, fiber, and cell deeply relax as you turn loose and let loose. What a wonderful sensation. And I can only wonder how deeply you can let go. But I'll let you decide as that relaxation moves down into the wrist and into the palms of the hand and down into the fingertips, every muscle fiber turning loose, letting loose, and something interesting occurs. That energy, that relaxation now moves down from the fingers deep into the ground and to the center of the earth, connecting with Mother Gaia. As you allow yourself to feel that connection, that deep relaxation. And now it moves back up from the center of the earth, bringing with you the relaxation from the earth, up into the fingertips, back up through the wrist and the forearm, deeply relaxing back up through the muscles of the biceps and back into the shoulders. And now down. That relaxation moves down into your chest, and with your awareness, you relax your heart and send gratitude and love to your heart for every second of every day, through every triumph, through every failure. Your heart is beating wonderfully and consistently. And as you take that gratitude and send it to your heart, you notice something. Your heart sends love and gratitude back. As the energy in the center of your chest begins to swirl, you may notice a light developing there. A warm, healing, relaxing light in the center of your chest begins to develop. A golden, warm, healing, relaxing light develops. And it moves down now through the solar plex into the organs as that light washes over every organ in the body, relaxing, healing every cell, muscle, and fiber. And that warming light moving down to the kidney, spleen, liver, and into the stomach. That light moves, and you notice something in your stomach. You begin to notice all of the negative bacteria and all of the negativity you've been holding on as it begins to wash away and disintegrate in that warm, healing light. And you feel that relaxation washing through your stomach and through your small and large intestines, every muscle, fiber, and cell, now empowered with that warm, healing light. And it moves down and down into the waist, into the hip flexor, every muscle, fiber, and cell, down into the bone marrow. Deep relaxation, washing and healing. And something interesting occurs. That light, that energy, that warmth, that relaxation, it moves to your tailbone in the back and travels up the spine. And as it travels up the spine, that warming, healing, relaxing light shines over the back muscles, over the back. Every cell, muscle, and fiber begins to turn loose, and new cell regeneration begins as that light moves up into the back of your neck, up into the mind. That healing, warming light in the mind, healing, relaxing, washing down, back down the neck, back down the spine, into the waist. And that wonderful healing energy and light, that relaxation now moves into those big thigh muscles, those wonderful thigh muscles that keep you standing, that keep you so strong. You heal it with that wonderful healing light. It's in deep relaxation to every muscle, fiber, and cell. Now turning loose and letting loose as it moves down into the knees, those wonderful knees, those flexible bending knees that always bend with you through all of your triumphs and failures. Much as a tree, when the wind blows, those knees provide the perfect amount of give and take so that you can survive and move through everything wonderfully with perfect balance. And you send that wonderful healing light to the knees, turning loose every muscle, fiber, and cell. And that energy and warming light moves down. That healing light moves into the shin and into the calves, deeply healing and relaxing. And it moves down into the ankles, that wonderful relaxation, into the heel, and through the arches, every muscle, fiber, cell, turning loose, letting loose, deeply relaxing, rejuvenating, healing, and out through the toes. And in this moment, you're in deep relaxation, deep healing. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but you brought two minds here with you today. One is your conscious mind. One is your unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind holds all of your knowings. And your unconscious mind wishes to share something with you now. And I don't know if you'll become aware of that knowing now or in the next 5 breaths you deeply take. Now, I'm going to count you up from 0 to 5. And when I reach 5, you open your eyes, feeling wide awake, wonderfully refreshed, bringing back with you something special. That knowing your unconscious mind wanted to share with you. Well, be aware to your conscious mind. So 0, closing the door to the subconscious mind, blocking all negativity, and bringing back that special knowing from the unconscious. as you become more aware of your own learnings. 1, coming back in the room. 2, your eyes begin to move as you feel your feet and your hands. 3, when I count to 5, you'll open your eyes, feeling wide awake, refreshed as if you've had a full, revigorating 8 hours of sleep. And a wonderful smile will wash over your face as you bring back with you all of that unconscious knowing. 4 and 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake.
That was a typical Talib induction. That if you are not aware, you will get taken down very slowly, unconsciously, and by the time you look up, you're under hypnosis. In which I had to step away because he almost took me down. So
So I hope that was pleasant for everyone. I hope you had an opportunity to deeply relax and maybe find out something your own mind wanted to share with you. Because we know much more than we give ourselves credit for. You see, our subconscious mind is separate from the conscious mind, but it's taking everything in, and it knows so much more than your conscious mind can ever be aware of. So that was one I wanted to share that with you. And also, at some point, I really wanted my brother to share a Reiki with everyone and give people a chance to experience that. Because one day he hit me with the whiskey sandwich blast, bro, and he was nowhere near me. He was in another state, man. And let me tell you, I felt it. It was, I was like, yeah, man, I got it. I can feel what you're saying to me, bro. It's powerful. I'll speak to you later.
yeah, the beautiful thing about energy is that it's around us all the time, and you don't need to be in front of someone to send them positive energy. Or negative energy for that matter. But we dwell in the positive, and I try to always send clarity and truth and love and peace and a sense of settling, because I think that's what we need. So when I do a lot of Reiki through Zoom. Amazingly enough, and my sessions are awesome. As you know, Tarek, you've been through I think one session with me maybe, and I start off with depends on what the person's issue may be. If they're coming in really hot and really nervous, and I need to calm their nerves down immediately, I'll start off with EFT, and we'll just start talking, and then which is emotional feeling technique. I'm sorry, can you hear the dog? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's natural. Okay. They got the pups, you know.
The emotional feeling technique is what I tend to help people calm down immediately, which is a tapping, and I think it works amazingly because you hit your meridians, right, and then you say a statement that is whatever your issue may be. A lot of times people do the tapping, but they don't say the statement, so it doesn't lock in the statement.
You know what? That's so beautiful. You brought that. You know what, guys? Peach, if you're watching, Mel, if you're watching, bro, we want you to participate right now. We're gonna teach you some EFT, emotional freedom tapping. It's beautiful. It's powerful. You can look it up. You'll find that many celebrities and pro athletes, especially, use this technique. It's an ancient Chinese technique that allows you to tap on those meridians and chi points to unblock block areas. But the special part about this is that you use certain words so you can direct the energy to specifically in which you want to unblock. So it's very powerful.
Let's start off with the statement. I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm going to interrupt you, but we're going to start off with the statement, and then I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The statement is.
We'll let you lead the EFT.
Okay.
Right. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the points. I'm gonna let people know, and then I'll let you go ahead and you take us through a nice little session real quick. How about that?
There we go.
So there's these points here, guys, that you might want to check. It's this little dimple point, this soft point in your chest here. You'll find that. Now, this is where we usually like to do these at, right? This is a pressure point. But for the sake of on the go in modern era, it's just as effective if we start with the karate chop. A lot of people start with the karate chop. So to make it easy, and we'll start with the karate chop. So this is 1. And we're just going to hit all the gambits, but you will be able to specialize when you want to. So karate chop, that's this part of the hand, like the hi-ya, karate chop. Then we're going to move to this part, right? The bridge of the bridge of the eye.
The
Then
pineal gland.
here,
I'm seeing
right
the
here,
black dot, the pineal gland.
okay, on the side of the eye. Then we're here, right underneath the eye, that orifice bone, right? Then the bridge of the mouth between the nose and the lip, right? And then that little dip between the chin and the lip, right in there, right? Then we're going to tap the collarbone, okay? That collarbone area, we're going to tap that, and then we're going to tap under the arm, right? That little dip under the arm, right there in that
The
area,
rib,
right? And then
the
the
crown.
crown,
Mhm.
okay? So we're going to do a technique, and Chef's going to walk us through it where we use all the points, but
Mhm.
you can actually tap on any point, and you can, there's a lot more to learn, but this is just to get you going and you can feel something. So, Chef, why don't you start with something you know a
We'll
lot
do
of
it easy.
people want to
We'll
work
do it
with.
easy. We're gonna. He said the karate chop. We're gonna flip it over. We're gonna do the opposite end, on the inside of your wrist with your thumb. Here's you have a vein right here. You kind of rub it right there. We're gonna tap that. We're gonna knock that. And we're gonna say the statement is,
Well,
even though.
I got a band on. That's why I did here.
All
You see what I'm saying?
right,
This
we'll go
is
there.
more
You go there. You
efficient.
go there. Let's
Now,
go
when
there.
you come see us and we do this with you, we're going to do special points and stuff.
Yes,
You
we
can't
will.
give all the magic away. So, we're going to start with this one here on
There we
the
go.
body chop, okay? So, just so for people with watches and other
There we
things,
go. There we go.
like
There we go.
just for that.
Okay. So the statement is, even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely accept myself. And as you do that, you tap on it.
So we're gonna walk them through it. You're gonna do the session. I'm like your,
There we
Sunday.
go.
So you're
So,
gonna repeat after, or if you don't want to repeat, just let those words marinate in your mind as you do it, okay? But you should repeat this out loud to yourself.
and what you'll find is every time you say this statement, your body relaxes just a little bit more, and you feel
Now,
settled just a little bit more.
and also, what I would like for you to do, give me a scale and put it in the chat before we get started. A scale of your anxiety or your anxiousness right now, or something you're going through is causing that. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? 1 being the lowest feeling of it, 10 you feeling it the most. So you will know what we're doing here is actually working. Give yourself some sort of gauge right now. So please do that. Somebody put that in the chat. If it's a 10, it's a 10. If it's 5, whatever it is, just give us a number. Right?
And we're only going to
And
say anxiety as a statement because that'll just make it easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bills cause lots of anxiety.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start this. Just repeat.
Even though I have
Even
this
though
anxiety,
I have this anxiety,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Okay.
Bring that energy up as you say these words. Make sure that anxiety is right there.
And what we're going to do too, because this is what I do with my clients, after every time we say a statement, we take a deep breath and we hold for 3 seconds. We inhale and then we exhale all the frustration and anxiety and releasing it. Okay, so we're going to say the statement, and then when we stop saying the statement, we're going to stop tapping, and then we're going to inhale and exhale. Okay, so even though I have this anxiety,
Even though I have this anxiety,
I deeply and completely accept myself. Now,
I
inhale, exhale.
deeply and completely accept myself. Take a deep
Inhale.
breath.
Hold for 3 seconds and exhale.
Out through the mouth.
All right, and let's move to the next point. And we're gonna grow. We're gonna let the sentence expand. So we're gonna say, even though I have this anxiety,
Even though I have this anxiety,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I release this now.
I release this now.
I let this go.
I let this go.
Now we're going to take a deep breath and hold for 5 seconds.
Take a deep breath.
Stop tapping.
Hold.
And exhale. 5,
Exhale for
4,
5.
3, 2, 1. Exhale. There we go. Let's move to these. These are awesome. You want one of those, Tali? Those
Yeah.
are immediately effective. Anytime you get into a jam, these are my go-to. They will not fail you, especially if you're at work. You can go in a corner, you can turn your back, and just tap, and you don't have to say anything. But you can say it in your mind. You don't have to say it out loud. Say it in your mind so you can execute it, and it will work. So, you ready, sir? Okay,
Tap here, guys. In that collarbone area.
even though I have this anxiety,
Even though I have this anxiety,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I release this now.
I release it now.
I let this go.
I let this go.
This is no longer serving me.
This is no longer serving me.
Now we're going to take a deep breath, really deep, and we're going to hold for 7 seconds. Stop tapping.
Breathe in.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your mouth. Yeah, I know that one worked. Now we're gonna grow. Let's go. Let's do the crown. Let's do the crown, and we're just gonna speed through everything, right? So we're gonna. I have sentences that
Tap in
I
the
make
top
up.
of your center, your head up in this region like that. And just give it a nice little tap. You don't have to smack your head. You don't have to use a lot of force for this at all. It's just a simple tapping.
Mhm.
Okay? Because we're tapping on the nervous system.
Mhm.
Okay? That's what we're actually doing. There are nerves in every one of these points that send signals through the body.
So the statement will go along as like this: even though I have this anxiety,
Even though I have this anxiety,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I release this now.
I release this now.
I let this go.
I let this go.
This is no longer serving me.
This is no longer serving me.
I choose to feel calm.
I choose to feel calm.
I allow my body to reset,
I allow my body to reset.
and it is safe to let this go. And when you say that sentence, take a deep breath, hold for 5 seconds, and then exhale all the anxiety.
I feel safe to let this go. Stop tapping. Take a deep breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold.
Exhale through your mouth.
Exhale through the mouth. And now push all of that air out. All of it. Let it all go. There you go.
Now, what I do as a hypnotherapist on my own, I make sure I cycle all the meridians, all the main key ones, because for me, I want my client to get full effect, and I want them to. It helps set up everything else, because if they can let go of that anxiety, it's just easier to get my clients through Reiki. One, because I can identify a lot easier what chakras may be blocked, and then we can move on to hypnosis after that.
So I hope y'all enjoyed that EFT. Karate chop. Bridge of the eyes. You got the side of the eyes, underneath the eyes, right here, the bridge of the mouth and the nose. and that bridge or dip between the bottom lip and the chin, here, collarbone, and then under that arm. There you go. So I'm pretty sure that always feels good. That always feels good. It charges you up real nice and easy. So we're about an hour in, and Peach, we got anybody that may want to come up? You can open up the line and see if anybody want to come up. I don't know where's Maybach at too. I'm surprised he's not here for me right now. That's very interesting. But Toya, if you're out there, you're awesome, and thinking about you. Hope you're having a wonderful, incredible day. And yeah, so what I'm looking at right now is
Can I show another technique really quickly? In case people are feeling, a lot of times you do energy work, and you need to kind of recenter, and there's not many ways to do so. I'm going to essentially take your left arm, cover it, and grab your right ear, and take your right arm underneath your left arm, and grab your left ear, and you take my headphones off, like this. All right. You take that, and then you stand up and you squat 7 times, and this sends root energy down from the ground, and it energizes you. So either you're a little drowsy or a little tired, you can do this 7 times, and you will be fully energized. And it's called brain yoga. Hold on one second. Now, what that does, that sends energy down. If you switch your arms the other way, that sends energy straight up. So, it's a very good technique to use.
That's a powerful technique right there. I like that. So, Peach, if you're there, will you go ahead and open up the lines for me or something too, so we can see if anybody want to come in here and have some dialogue about some of this. Maybe if you have something you'd like to talk about, maybe work on, or maybe you just like to ask a couple more questions more directly. We'd love to have you come up, and we'll probably end up sharing a couple more techniques and things with you guys, so you can experience that. I don't know if Chef's gonna make it through the whole show with me right now. He has a couple of things he may have to do because he's a practicing hypnotherapist, and he has clients and stuff that to deal with. So I just wanted to get him up here. Why don't you tell the people too while you're up here, man, where we can find you, where they can book a session and things with you if they wanted to.
I unfortunately didn't write my company on the underneath my picture, but my company is called Raya Hypnotherapy. It is ORE apostrophe HA Hypnotherapy, and I can be reached at oriahypnotherapy.com, which is OREHA hypnotherapy.com.
Powerful. So, Pete, you there? You hearing me? Coffee break.
Hey, before I step off, I'm going to send you guys some positive energy. So let me do that, and I'll leave and let's see whoever is there to be open to receive it. I'm going to send it to everyone, and you may feel it or you may not. But when you feel it, you know that you've been sent some positive energy. So I'm going to turn off my camera and send it to you. And there you go. And hopefully you guys will pick it up and receive that.
Right.
And
She said, okay, she must have felt it. I felt it when it came through. I was like, oh, okay. I felt something, good energy from out of nowhere. Like, oh, okay, this is a good day. So that was nice.
Yeah, Reiki's a powerful tool, and
Definitely, man.
once you're in the right position, you can receive it. So,
Awesome.
on that note, Talib, thank you for inviting me. I am going to step away and attend to the other things and some clients I have to take care of. It's been a pleasure. I would love to come back. I'll be a little bit more prepared next time I come back. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. And whoever
Yes.
received
I'm
that, I'm
glad we
glad
had
you
to
did.
share you with the audience, brother, and let people know that we out here and doing things. We are out here, and we helping. We're doing the best. We doing our part, for humanity. And I feel like people need to know about you. They need to know that you're out here, that you're doing this, and you can be reached if they need help.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm here. I'm here to help. Any questions? If you somehow didn't get my information, Talib, if you can give it to the audience later on, I would appreciate that. And thank you for inviting me. You all
I'll
have
have
a
it put in
beautiful
the
evening.
chat.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Take
have a
care,
good
everyone.
one, man.
Yeah.
I mean, tofu, brother. All right, y'all. He's just gonna be stepping down now. We're gonna let him get on up out of here. So I think that was nice. That was nice. I feel like that was great. My brother is incredible at what he does. It was really nice to have him come up here, share some of that knowledge, and do the technique with us. That was wonderful. That felt really good. And I feel like a lot of that was very positive. And I really hope you got something out of that where uh, that you could use in your everyday life. I think it's really important that these things that we share need to be used in everyday life. I mean, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about the world and geopolitics and what I think about this conspiracy theory and this thing. But at the end of the day, those things are being done. How or what can you do to see your life turn into what you want it to be? Right, and that's what I like to focus on. That's where I give my attention to is to help people make that transition and show them that it's your head, it's your mind, they're your thoughts, and they're not your thoughts because they're not you. You can think of yourself as the sky, the big beautiful sky, and notice the sky. It doesn't complain when rain, thunder, clouds come through. Does it try to make it leave faster or push it away? It doesn't hold on to beautiful fluffy clouds and warm days. It simply allows. And when we get into that simple allowance of things, we enter into the rhythm of nature, the flow. And you might be surprised to learn that in the flow, things go really well, really well. And the flow isn't something you have to fight or earn, it's a natural part of being. And when we focus more on the being and not what we have to do to be or what we've been taught, the story of what has to be done in order to be, when we allow ourselves to just be, that natural flow reveals itself to us. I'm going to tell you a secret about abundance. You don't need to know what it looks like. You don't need to know what it looks like. When you open yourself up to the idea of abundance, abundance will reveal itself to you. So, what I'm looking to pass on is a now state, and to show you that a lot of the things you want to get or the things you're trying to get to or be has nothing to do with your process that's messing you up. It's the state you're in when you're doing it. Your state will lead to your process. I will repeat that. Your state will lead to your process. See, the state you enter in comes with a set of things. A state comes with behaviors. It comes with thinking. And we try to do things in a state that doesn't support what we're trying to do. So it's resistance, and it can be very difficult to accomplish it. So I'm here to help with the flow, the natural flow of the ocean of life. You're not a drop from the ocean. You are the ocean experiencing itself as a drop. So that's the profound difference. And Peach, if you're there, like just oh yes, open up the lines for me if you get a chance, Peach, because I would like people to come in and communicate, talk. It's just me and you now, guys. I don't. I have no access right now to see who's in the chat, where we're at, what we're doing, who's in there. It may not even be that many of you in there. As this goes on and as time progresses, I'm sure that what we're doing will grow and more people will come. But if it's not something people want to get involved with right now, I think it really probably is more because they're curious and learning and probably still coming out of that relaxation we just did. So that's powerful, you know. Um, we can do some more stuff, but we'll do maybe a Sedona method that's more cognitive, something that you don't drop down and you can do just sitting right there. Because truthfully, 50% of changing is always in the questions we ask ourselves, how we ponder those questions to ourselves, how we reflect upon them brings us significant transformational ability. So when you have a method that allows you to ask yourself those kind of right questions, then you will find that it makes a profound difference. And it truly does. So here's the stipulations to this one in particular. There are some stipulations on this one, though. First stipulation: answer honestly from your heart. If you're sitting there, you're going to want to tell your story. But I implore this to you: has what you've been working, what you've been doing, been working? Has it been working? Has holding on to which the way you're holding on, has it gotten you anything you really wanted? Let it be so bad to just try to let it go for a change? Good question. Ask yourself. So just answer from your heart. Yes, no, I don't think I can. If you're with someone and you're watching this, don't try to explain your story to them. See, your story has this thing, because the way your mind works, it needs to stick around. Your negative thoughts, they have to be interacted with if they want to exist. When we let these things in and just naturally let them come in, then there is no resistance to them and they cannot stick around. So I know that this is a funny time for everybody with finances. So let's just do a money one. I think that would be a good way to start. So just make sure you answer from your heart, answer honestly, and try not to tell your story. Just see if you can. So in this moment, just be what you are and be what you are. And just be what you are. And simply notice what is. And in this moment, just allow yourself to focus on your finances. And just allow whatever thoughts, feelings, sensations, images, pictures, memories, just allow whatever is there to come in. And in this moment, could you just welcome it? Could you just let it be here? Now check and see if there's any wanting to change it, to make it different, to push it away or pull it closer. And if so, could you welcome that? Could you just let it be here? Now check and see if there's any wanting to change it. Again, that's right. To make it different. And if so, could you just welcome that? Good. Now, check and see if it feels personal, like it's about you. And it always feels like it's about ourselves. And could you welcome that? Could you let that be here? Now, in this moment, just for now, could you let it go? Just let it dissolve, let it unravel. Would you let it go? When? And just notice. Now go back to those thoughts, and notice they may be a little bit not as strong, and some other things may have came along for the ride. Whatever comes up when you go back to that now, could you just welcome that? Could you let it be here? Now, check and see if there's any wanting to change it, to make it different, to push it away or pull it closer. And if so, could you welcome that? Could you let that be here? But check and see if it feels really personal. And if so, could you welcome it? Could you let it be here? And in this moment, just for now, the best that you can, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? And could you allow that awareness, that courageousness, that abundance that's always right beneath the surface? Could you allow that to come in and take its place? Now simply notice. Now, one more time, let's go back to that feeling or whatever may come up. And in this moment, could you welcome it? Could you just let it be here? Now, check and see if there's any wanting to change it, to make it different, to push it away, pull it closer, rewrite the story, what, to make it different. Could you just welcome that and let that be here? Now, check and see if it feels personal, like it's about you. And could you welcome that and just let it be here? Now, we're going to take it one step further, guys. Stay with me. I want you to check and see if it's coming from a place of wanting approval, security, separation, control, or oneness. Now, it might be one, it might be two, it might be all of them. But whatever it is, whichever one, could you welcome that? Could you just let it be here? And in this moment, the best that you can, and just for now, could you let it go, let it unravel, let it dissolve in the great awareness that is you? Would you? When? And could you allow that joy, that abundance, the courageousness, that awareness that's always there right beneath the surface? Could you welcome that and let that come in and take its place? And remember, you don't need to know what abundance looks like. Because when you open yourself up to abundance, it will reveal itself to you. And just take a deep breath and breathe out. And just notice. I hope that had I don't hope. I think that it might have affected or helped some people out there. It's a cognitive exercise called the Sedona Method. It's very wonderful and everything. And if you had an experience with it and you just enjoyed it right now and would like to share maybe some of your thoughts on it or anything it may have brought up, please don't hesitate to feel free to come on up here. Any otherwise, I'm just going to continue on and maybe do another exercise with you guys or something like that. But yeah, I'm not actually sure. Hey, Peach, how much more time am I looking at for the show today? I'm asking my producer, Peach, who keeps all these things together and who is amazing. You also can check her every Sunday on the check-in. She goes live quite frequently, though. So if you follow her on the check-in, please download the app, pick up the app. You can stay in touch with all of the wonderful things that she has going on. She's a journalist, she's a writer, she's a host. So, and she's also a producer. She's producing this wonderful show, Beyond the Mind. I'm Talib Kearns at Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy. You can find me online very easily. If anybody would like a session or would like to have a consultation, which is free, we can talk about it and see if we're a good fix for each other and that we can make a lasting change in something you may want to make a change with. So that's that. And yeah, I'm just trying to find out if I think I was only up here to do an hour. I might have gone over a little, like 20 minutes. So I'm waiting to find out from our producer if we're good. And yeah, that's what's happening. Give me 1 second, guys. Because I can't really see who in the chat, but I do know this. Maybach, you better be watching, man. If you get, hey guys, if you're out there, please go check out Maybach Male 1804. He has a wonderful shea butter that he made himself. That's wonderful. It's great for the skin. He did a lot of homework and he sourced all organic, wonderful natural ingredients to create a very healing, therapeutic skin cream and lotion. That's amazing. Check it out. It's called 1804 Essentials. And you can also check out a book I wrote if you'd like to. It's on Amazon, available right now. It's called 30 Days to the Quantum You. There's only now. And the book goes over is journaling in the book, and there's exercises. And the book takes you through the Sedona method and the Silva method, and Ho'oponopono and some Neville Garter techniques. So if you guys are out there, I have, like I said, I'm a practitioner of many hypnotic modalities. I've studied many hypnotic modalities. I've got certified in many hypnotic modalities. I put together some of the most powerful, most potent exercises from various hypnotic modalities into one book for quick, amazing results when we actually apply it, that is. If you're not going to apply it, then you're going to get the same results you get from anything that works that you don't try. None. But if you do this, you will find quick results. They will work very instantly, almost immediately for you. These are the most potent and powerful drills from things like Neville Garter, from the Ho'oponopono, which is the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And there's also Jose Silva, which is I find to be the most powerful method of self hypnosis. It actually allows you to stay organized while being able to be in a trance state and actually do it lucidly. So it's very powerful. I showed some techniques from there, such as the 3-2-1, which is very beautiful. If there's time, I may go ahead and if you're out there, I'll program everyone with the 3-2-1 method so that they're able to call on that method whenever they want to and be able to use it whenever they need to. It's a method in which allows a person to recite a series of numbers in which they've conditioned their body to respond to those numbers. So that's a beautiful thing because you can just do this and simply repeat to yourself or visualize it a number three times, and you will easily go back into a deep, relaxed body state. And that can be very powerful when we find ourselves in a very stressful or confrontational situation in which we need to be calm, we need to be clear, and we need to be focused. So I like to bring tools and things of that nature to people and give them an opportunity to practice it for themselves and really give them the chance to see that these things work, And you can also go to my Beyond the Mind hypnotherapy.com. And on the page, there's plenty of information about everything that I have to offer, everything that I do. And you can also contact me from there. You can book a session. Like I said, I do consultation calls where we speak first and see what's the issue, how we are vibing, if we're a good fit for each other. It's not a one size fit all ribbity to anything. Human beings are very diverse. They're very eccentric. They're very eclectic, and we are vast. So I deal with people by case basis. I do tests with you to better understand how your right and your left brain work for you so that we can work together in the most potent way for you, right? So the way I might do it for you may not work for your friend. I speak with your friend and we do tests and we learn what best works for them. So this is a very much a hands-on system that allows us to go through different aspects and different things of that nature. I see she brought up some of the pages here. So, I mean, let's just wait. You might have to. You got to accept the cookies here. And so, as you arrive here, you may already begin to notice something shifting. A sense that you've been searching for is not outside of you, it's within you, waiting to be accessed, just beyond the mind. So relax and release anxiety, break patterns, and step into your highest self effortlessly, naturally, from within. This is where transformation begins within and expands beyond. So when you come to the page, you'll be able to scroll through. You'll be able to see the different pricings for everything. I do explain a lot of what we're doing here, and we also offer, one-on-one sessions. I offer one-off sessions. I also do collective circle, which is group therapy. And then, as you met the gentleman earlier, who's also a colleague of mine and a friend, we are doing the nature retreats, and we're doing the retreats and the hypnosis retreats. At the retreats, we're offering. We'll be doing group hypnosis, personal hypnosis, Reiki, Qigong, metabiotic dieting. So you'll have 3 meals with a chef with some great food. And my name is Talib Kearns, and I'll be your guide. She's scrolling really fast, but it's okay. There we go. 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 Yeah, yeah. So you guys know I'm certified with this. My name is Tali Kearns. I'll be your guide as a trained hypnotherapist through HMI. So as you can look up, HMI is one of the most accredited colleges in America and a couple other places. One of the reasons it's so highly accredited because we do a year of mind and body psychology, and as well as we're certified with the Board of Education. So it's very important to know that we are. I am certified. I did take the time to really want to learn as much as I could about the mind and how we operate, and what are some of the most effective ways that we can actually make those changes and put my own little twist and spin on it. So yeah, and so we can keep going. Peach is there. She's so awesome. Thank you, Peach. You're amazing. You're amazing. Okay, so the sessions are designed to help you release anxiety and stress, break through unwanted habits, build confidence, right? Definitely want to build that confidence and that self worth. Most importantly, self worth. Most people don't get what they want because they believe that they're not enough, they're not good enough, right? But you was born good enough. You were born deserving. And when you remember that, a lot of things have changed. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to remind you, how to help you remember, to go back in there and show you that there was a time when you didn't rely on any of that. You didn't think about any of that. It didn't matter to you. Think about a baby, a newborn baby. A newborn baby, he doesn't think about what he looks like. If he's drooling on himself, he doesn't care because all he knows is unconditional love. He cries and gets what he wants. Right? There was a time you were like that, where you didn't feel judged by the world, where you just felt accepted. And that is still there in you, very deeply within you. And at some point, it wishes to be free. But I'll let you decide when that'll happen. So we improve focus and clarity. We're going to help attract abundance and success. Reconnect with your true self. We do guided therapeutic imagery. So we do therapeutic imagery, which is a guided image, and because your subconscious mind actually learns very powerfully, right? Very powerfully through through imagery and numbers. That's what your mind responds to. So imagery is very powerful. That's why we have certain dreams, and we don't have a lot of dreams, but our dream tells us. It's usually through vivid imagery and things that make that connection. The mind is not logical. It does not think logically. So if you would like, you could call it's a discovery session that's absolutely free, right? And then if we do the clarity, that's a $50. But that's all depending on where we go, depending on how your situation's looking. I deal with people for who they are and where they are in life. I like to meet people where they are. So I have the right to change things if I'm in a situation with someone where they might need some help. I'm more than happy to help and work with you if that's the case. So the groups, we have our first group on April 17th. It'll be at the Unspoken Studios. It's a $20 to attend. The first 25 people first 20 people that attend will get a free session, a copy of the session, and it'll be personalized to them with their name on it. And so the groups are really cool. And you can keep scrolling. As I mentioned, we will be doing the retreats, and I offer these in multiple ways, right? So we have this at you could come get one session. Some things may not work out in one session, right? We may need a couple sessions to deal with some things, right? But you can book multiple sessions at a time if you like, or you could just book one session at a time, right? Because it might only need one session and it's done, no more problem, right? And then there might be things that open other doors to other issues because very few people come with one problem, right? So that's just a little bit about the page. Thank you for opening up the page and sharing it for me, Peach. That was incredible of you. Thank you. And wonderful. Thank you. So yeah, you can go there, check it out, open it up. It's a very nice page. All the information is available. Contact information is available. There's calendar available, and you can go ahead and set that up and book a discovery with me if you like to. But if you're here and you're on the show, you're always welcome to just come up here and talk to me. But yeah, that's where you can find me. That's what's going on. Um, Another thing I was thinking in this moment was how I could possibly one day on a Friday, because I'm going to start doing these every Friday at 5 p.m. It'll be on time at 5. This time was a little off because, you know, show issues, but that's okay. We worked out the logistics, we got everything going, and everything worked out perfectly. So next time it'll be even better. But what we're going to do is next time maybe we'll get a couple people to come up and we'll do a little group hypnosis, a little guided imagery together. Get that, a little bit of that guided imagery in there together, and we'll do a little freestyle imagery, and maybe call on your great protector or something, just to always be there for you. And yeah, so I think that's my show for tonight. We shared a lot of information. We did a wonderful technique. Got a Reiki blast. That was great. EFT. We learned a little EFT. And you know what? I'm gonna start doing. You know what? He did his, but let me do mine. How about we end out on a EFT? You know what? Put it. I'm gonna let people decide. And and you can vote on this one too, Peach. Will I? Would you prefer EFT, or would you prefer another hypnotic induction one? EFT or the hypnosis? Which one would you prefer? If anybody could put something in the chat for me or let me know which one you would prefer to do, that would be great. I think the EFT is awesome too because to tap in, and that's something you can sort of take with you everywhere you go. It's a beautiful system. It feels great. So, all right, let's do this. So we got EFT. We're gonna do EFT. Okay. So we're gonna do mine. Okay. So just repeat after me. And what should we do it on? Let's do it on. Let's do it on. Because we want to let's do something good. I always like doing stuff around, money, anxiety, worry. So let's do it on. Let's see. Let's do it on feeling good about money. How about that? Or yeah, let's do it on good on money. Let's do it. Let's do that. That's easy. All right. So I'm gonna tap here and just repeat after me. Take a deep breath and just repeat these words after me. I take full responsibility for my own well-being. So even though I don't have all the money I want or need, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I don't have all the money that I want and need, and it seems like I'm not getting ahead, and it seems really hard right now, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Third time. Even though I don't have all the money I want or need, and everything I'm trying isn't really working out for me, and it seems like other people are getting more than I am, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself and anyone else that might be involved. Under the bridge of the eye, all of this worry and concern about not having enough money that I need or I want. All this worry about the money that I don't have and the money I need and I want. All this worry and concern about the money I need and I want. I'm very worried about my money situation, the money I need and want. This worry is very overwhelming. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do with all this money that I need and I want. All this money I need and I want is weighing on me. Underneath the arm, all this money that I need and I want, just weighing me down, making me nervous. I don't know what the future holds. I don't even know what to do about this. Top of the head. All this worry about concern over that money I want and I need. Bridge of the eye. You know, all that money that I want and need. It's possible for me to get it. This isn't the first time that I've found myself in a situation. And I'm not the only person that's ever gone through something like this. In fact, when I think about it, people get out of these situations all the time, every day. So I know that I might be worried. So I'm going to ask my unconscious mind to let go of the worry. Unconscious mind, you know the answers. So, where's the eye? So, I'm opening myself up to my unconscious mind giving me the answers. Because I've made it through many things in my life and I'm still here. And money comes in so many different ways. People get money every single day. While I'm tapping right now, money is happening. And I know that some of that money is coming to me because it always does. I don't have to worry about where it's going to come from or how I'm going to get it because doors always open for me. So I'm going to ask my unconscious mind, show me the way. Show me where it is. Because if it's something that I want, that means it's already out there. It exists. Top of the head. And when I just allow and feel great, great things happen. So I'm going to make a conscious decision to let my unconscious mind handle it. And I'm going to choose to enjoy. So I let go of all worry and stress about money, releasing down, letting go, knowing that I am deserving and I am worthy, and knowing that in this moment I am good and I am safe. And that makes me feel great, makes me feel wonderful. Magical things are always happening to me and for me. So I'm going to simply allow the money to come in. And as I allow, it will show up. And I do allow in mind, body, and spirit. And stop tapping. Take a deep breath. Hold it. And as you breathe out, just gently let go. I hope you enjoyed that. That was very powerful. I enjoyed it. I don't know. Every time I do these things and work with people, I feel it too. So that's how I know it works. I'm like, it's working on me too. So it's always a beautiful thing. I hope you really enjoyed that. You can do this anywhere, anytime. If you're out and about waiting at a bus stop, you might tap here. You might just tap here. It doesn't have to be weird. Tapping here, and it will help. You'll see, especially tapping in this area because you'll activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is specifically for relaxation and calming. So when you're doing that, you're already doing wonderful good things for your body. So that's my show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought it was good. I really plan to bring some more incredible stuff. Every week, we're going to do some hypnosis with you. I'm going to do some stuff, program you for some wonderful things, only if you allow. And we're going to make some great changes here. I feel like this is the start of something wonderful where eventually people will begin to call in. They will begin to speak and we will begin to interact. And we're going to build that community to where we're able to help a lot of people. Because you'll be surprised that when you change your state, you can change your life. So my name is Talib. This is Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy. And I'll see you next Friday.